Good day. In this video I have a handful of 2021 releases and some older stuff. And first up we have the only black metal I'm going to show today. This is Diabolus Interium by Dark Funeral. It was released in 2001 through No Fashion Records. And Dark Funeral is one of the most successful Scandinavian black metal bands. And they started out in '93, and Diabolus Interium is the band's third full length. And I actually heard a short snippet from, I think that it was their debut when I was maybe 12 years old, and I had never heard black metal before and I wondered what the hell I was listening to. But in the year 2000 I bought their EP Teach Your Children to Worship Satan because it had covers of Slayer and Sodom, and it was very good, and they had one own track, An Apprentice of Satan, and I really liked that. And it's on this one. This contains 8 tracks and it's around 36 minutes, and it's full speed almost all the time except for the slower Goddess of Sodomy. It's a slower, heavier track. The drumming from Matt Modin, also in Defleshed, is insane. I don't think there are a few drummers who can keep up with his pace and go for so long. But Emperor Magus Caligula, or Masse Broberg, a former vocalist of Hypocrisy, does the vocals, and he does an excellent job. And I actually saw Dark Funeral and Hypocrisy live many years ago, and Masse Broberg did a guest appearance on Pleasure of Molestation when Hypocrisy played, and it was awesome. And all these tracks are good, but my favorites are Hail Murder and An Apprentice of Satan. And I think this is better than their previous two. This is a little bit more polished, and the stuff afterwards is not as good as this. So if you would like to try some black metal, this is the way to go. It looks like this. You get lyric on the inside, and there you have Matt Modin. Next up we have some debut full lengths from modern thrash bands, and this is Evil's Enter the Grave, their debut from 2007, released by Earache, and this is a 2008 Redux edition special edition. And Evil was the first Hell Unleashed I showed in my last video, and I thought that was really good. That was the first time I heard the band, so I picked this one up for cheap, and I now know because of Mark G with a C, they are called Evil. And this is very good, but it's 10 tracks and it's over 50 minutes in length, and this one also has 3 bonus tracks, so it's even longer. And it's almost always full speed ahead, except for Man Against Machine that has a slightly Season of the Abyss flair to it. But it's very good, but it's too long. As always, you can't, if you play fast all the time, you cannot go over 35-40 minutes. It gets a little bit boring because the individual tracks are very good. And this contains, it's a slip case, and the CD, and you have the DVD with some live shows, and also get the lyrics and a picture of the band members. Also you get a woven patch and a guitar pick, very nice. But this is probably, I think this is slightly better than Hell Unleashed if it hadn't been almost twice the length. Strip down this to 35 minutes, excellent stuff. I like the vocals a little bit better on this one, but Hell Unleashed is also very good. So Evil, Enter the Grave. Next up we have this one. This is War Without End, Warbringer's debut full length. And Warbringer, the Weapons of Tomorrow, was one of my favorites from last year, and that was the first time I heard the band, and I picked up Empire's Collapse, and I'm trying to get all their stuff because I really enjoy them. But War Without End was released in 2008 through Century Media, and this is the 10-year anniversary edition, and it consists of 11 tracks, and it's old school thrash metal. It's around 39 minutes in length, and this is very good stuff, but it's the production is very murky, and John Kevin's vocals are very good, but he has been improving with every release I heard, and but he was good at this, but he's now an even better vocalist. And my favorite on this one is Instruments of Torture. It's a great track, but the production is subpar. And you get a lyric insert and a huge poster of the album artwork. And the record is on plain black vinyl. But very good. Warbringer, one of the best bands there is. Next up we have some more modern thrash metal. This is the debut full length from Bioblast. It's called Conflict, and the Bioblast is a Spanish or Catalonian band that was formed in 2012, and Conflict was the band's debut full length, released in 2016 through Suspiria Records. This one contains 9 tracks, and it's around 30 minutes, so it's perfect length in my opinion. And while most of the modern thrash that looks to the old days borrows from the 80s, but this one sounds a lot like 90s and 2000s Slayer, like Divine Intervention, Christ Illusion, and World Painted Blood and stuff. And it's really good. The production is very good. The vocals are good, and all tracks are good. But my favorite is the title track and Paths of Aggression. And I think this sounds it's a little bit similar to Testament, one of Testament's CD looks like this. Here's the band members. It's 4-piece. You have lyrics. And earlier this year, the band self-released their third full-length called Lazarus Abandoned, and this sounds completely different to Conflict. This sounds a lot more modern. The production is very good, and there are some parts that sound like In Flames around Clayman, and there are some metal core, and there are some blast beats on this one too. So this is it contains 11 tracks, and it's a lot more varied than Conflict, but this is also 46 minutes in length, so it's a little bit long. No, there are no weak tracks, but I prefer Conflict because that's more straight to the point and it's shorter, so it has a more replay value. But the tracks, my favorite is the title track and That Which You Kill. Very good stuff. And it's a good, Bioblast is a good modern thrash band, worth checking out if you haven't. And the CD looks like this. Nice packaging with the lyrics. I ordered this from the band. I got a pin. To spice up things, we go with some death metal instead. This is Fiendish by Carnal Savagery. It was released in April through Moorbound Records this year. And the Carnal Savagery are from Gothenburg, but this is HM2 basso guitars in the Stockholm style, with a more polished production. The band started out in 2017, and Fiendish is the band's second full length. Consists of 11 tracks, and it's around 47 minutes of mostly slow to mid-paced death metal with a lot of very nice riffs and solid drumming and audible bass and very good vocals. And my favorite tracks are Dead Rotten Meat, Veil of Death, and Grotesque Macabre. But all tracks are very solid, so it's not unique by any means. But if you dig old school thrash metal, HM2 basso guitars, this is highly recommended. Carnal Savagery, Fiendish. Lying the dead. And some more old school sounding death metal, but this time from Cambridge in the UK. This is Celestial Sanctuary, and with a record called Soul Diminished. And this band was formed in 2019, and this Soul Diminished is the band's debut full length. And this is more US kind of old school death metal with incantation and stuff, so it's a little less polished than Carnal Savagery and faster, a little bit darker, but this is also very good. Consists of 9 tracks, and it's around 37 minutes, and it's very solid from start to finish. But my favorite track is Relentless Savagery. So this is this was released through Redefining Darkness and Church Road Records. CD looks like this. You have the insert with lyrics. Very good stuff. And lastly, we have some more old school death metal. This is Crypts with a record called Coven of the Dead. It was released in March through This Charming Man Records. And this band is from Münster in Germany. And this is their debut full length. And it consists of 7 tracks. It's around 32 minutes in length, so it's very short. And this is pretty much in the same vein as Celestial Sanctuary, more US old school death metal. Very good. This is a little bit murkier in the production, but otherwise they sound pretty much pretty similar. And these tracks are very good, but my favorite is Nuclear Vengeance and the last track, Paura. Paura is a slower track, much longer than the rest, and they have some ambient stuff thrown in and some choirs and stuff. It's an excellent closer to the album. So very nice artwork with an insert with the band members and some quotes, no lyrics. Get the album artwork, poster, postcard or something, and the record is on black vinyl, but the inner label is nice with a skull. So check out Crypts, Coven of the Dead. That was it for today's video. Have a nice day.